Hello and welcome to an additional Warhammer video. This is the first week of releases for the Genestealer Cult. If you've seen my review of the new White Dwarf, I talk a fair bit about them. This week's releases, or today's releases, we have the Codex, we have the hybrids and the Acolyte hybrids that you can also make the metamorphs. Most people wanted me to make the metamorphs, that's what I'm going to do. Before I unbox these items and give you my initial impressions and things, I just want to draw your attention to the fact that I've got a Patreon page now. I'll be creating a separate video about it at some point, but if you do want to contribute and you do want to support this channel and you want to see the new releases, the Warhammer Legends, you want to see the White Dwarfs, you want to see more reviews and hopefully battle reports at some point, then your support is greatly appreciated. So, on with the unboxing. Let's unbox. I'm so pleased it came today and not Monday. I think the secret is, if you pre-order things that are in small boxes like this, rather than large boxes, you'll get them on the Saturday instead of the Monday. Because if they're bigger than this size, I don't think Royal Mail will deliver them. I think UK Mail or whatever they're called, they'll deliver them, and they'll be sat in the warehouse for all a Saturday, Sunday, and then you'll get them on Monday. So that's a little thing that I'm trialling. I'm pre-ordering smaller items, hopefully so that they arrive by sort of midday Saturday. I think next week though, next weekend, I'll probably get these items on the Monday, because there are a couple of larger items in the pre-orders for next week. So let's see what we've got. I mean, this is obviously the unboxing and sort of first initial impressions of the Codex Genestealer Cults, which is there, and we're going to have a little look through that. But also packaged in here, I've got the Acolyte hybrids and the Neophyte hybrids. A lot of hybrids going on. If you're struggling to keep up with what hybrids are which, the Codex is really good. It's got the required weekly reading for the modern guardsman, and it quite clearly illustrates the different types of hybrids. Basically, your fourth hybrid is like Imperial Guard and sort of bigger forehead and, you know, sort of starting to mutate a bit. Third, a bit more progressive, starting to get claws. Your second and first generation, and an extra limb appendage. The head's completely formed almost, and then the pure strain is a four-armed creature with claws and all the rest of it. But this modern guardsman regimental standard is a little bit biased, because it says, you know, like all aliens, they're naturally inferior to humans. So on that bombshell, let's have a look at this. I will be doing separate unboxings of these today as well, just to give you a taste of like the sprues, and then I'll do the review, and then I'll probably do the review of the full review of these two on Wednesday. See how I get on with the sprues. Right, so without further ado, let's have a look at the Codex. One of these will set you back £30. That's sort of like your standard now, I think, for Codexes. So let's unwrap. Let's have a little look. So printed in China, as they normally are now. Hardback, really nice and glossy and sort of raised font there, really nice looking. I love that artwork, beautiful. Lovely, nice and purple. You've got some Space Marines, unfortunately getting swamped by these Genestealers, or the Genestealer Cult. Here we go. What I'm going to do is just move the camera a little bit. There we go, change the camera angle a little bit. This gives you a better sort of spread of the book and the layout. So contents, got some pictures there. There we go. So this is the sort of cover art, the inner cover art, but in colour. They look like the Griffins, Howling Griffins, and they're getting swamped there. So about the Genestealers, look, so you've got some Blood Angels, Terminators fighting in close quarters. What looks to be a Hulk, Space Hulk, I don't know, it might be a tomb. And then you get the different types, look. So your 4th, your 3rd, your 2nd, your 1st, and your pure strain. It would have been cool if they had them from 4th to pure strain, but good illustration there of the different types. The Gosar Quintus, that's the first engagement with Genestealer Cult. Wow, that's incredible. It goes into all the specific sort of units and things. That's really, I like that, that's awesome. And then you got a parasitic order, Cult of War. Ah, if you like purple, grab yourself a Vimto and you know, read this Codex. Wow, some great big sort of anime tentacles. And then we're chewing on a spinal cord, as you do. Magus, the Primus, Acolyte hybrids, hybrid metamorphs, neophyte hybrids, pure strains, aberrants, Goliaths, which is the new big wheeled vehicle, sentinels, armoured vehicles, hidden dynasties, and so on. So it will give you a bit of almost a timeline. And then you've got these funny looking artworks. And so on, just the same one but different colours. And you get some really nice looking shots of the army. So I believe the Brood Coven are coming out next weekend. They're just the five models that are included in the Overkill box set. I think they're out next week. And I think the neophyte, acolytes, the Cadians, are next week too. That looks incredible because they're fighting Death Watch. You've got all the Death Watch new units, and then you've got the little Icon Ward, whatever his name is. He's up there. I think he's released next week too. Yeah, there he is, Icon Ward. And they're all the units. So no limo, as people were sort of wishing for, or anything like that. People might be disappointed, but I think that's a bloody good looking model. I like it because it has so much potential too for customization. Orcs just spring to mind. Put a little Gretchen around it, put Orcs manning the guns, change it to shooters. It has so much potential, and even for scenery pieces, have a couple of them, parked in a bay. Or it's just nice that we're seeing civilian-ish vehicles in the 40k universe, because it's such a rich, diverse universe to pull material from, that it's nice to see this sort of represented now on the tabletop. And there you have it with the rock grinder sort of dozer blade, which bit of modification, maybe put it on a Vindicator or a Predator, something like that. And here you go, here are all the hybrids and things. I do like the dudes with the green sort of sleeves, they're pretty cool. I just find the purple and the sort of darkish blue a bit boring now. I mean, mine aren't going to be purple and blue, mine are going to be, well, you'll have to wait and see, but there you go. Another epic battle. Forces, so you've got, this is your force organisation. You need to have 1 to 6 core, 1+ auxiliary, and 0 to 3 command. So you don't need a command. But your core would be your brood cycle, which could be a acolyte icon ward, 1 unit of pure strain, 1 unit of Goliath. So that could be your core. Auxiliary could be your Magus, or again metamorphs or Goliaths, and then your command could be your Brood Coven or a Patriarch, or 1 Patriarch, Magus, Primus, or Acolyte Icon Ward. So you could just have a Lord of the Cult, so you could just have 1 Patriarch. That's what I'm reading it to be anyway. So it doesn't look like you need much to fit the slots. You only need 1 auxiliary, which could be a Goliath, and 1 core. You don't really need command if you don't choose to. So, but I'll talk about more of that in the review, obviously. Cult war gear list. So you've got a few new things here, like the power pick. You've got a Weber gun. Yeah, you've got the grenade launcher. You've got a mining laser. You've got a seismic cannon, Web pistol, and so on. So there we go. We're straight into the data sheets. So straight away, you've got the Patriarch, 90 points, 3 wounds, weapon skill 7. Crikey, has got Patriarch's Claws, which have their own special rules. Quickly, let's just jump there and find out. So Patriarch's Claws, AP3, Strength User, and he's Strength 6, Melee, Rending, and Shred. Okay, right. Yeah, pretty much beast. 90 points. That's incredible for 90 points. He's got a 4+ save, and he can be upgraded to a Psycho Mastery level 2, accompanied with 2 little familiars. Familiars, they make additional Strength 4 attacks with Rending. The model itself is purely decorative. And how decorative is it to have a little familiar there? Another HQ, your Magus. He's got an auto pistol and 4 stave. Can upgrade him to Mastery level 2. He's 40 points. Hasn't got a very good save. Got a couple of wounds. Strength and toughness isn't very good, but he's mainly your Psyker. And he's got this spiritual leader and unquestioning loyalty, return to the shadows, so on. Then you've got a Primus. So he's quite a bit more expensive than your Magus. He's 75 points. He's got a same save, but his weapon skill's a bit better, his strength's a bit better. He's got more wounds, got more attacks, so on. So that's pretty good. He's got this, but he's got Bone Sword, Rending Claws, Blasting Charges, and a Toxin Injector. Let's see what a Toxin Injector is. If a model with a Toxin Injector fights using his Rending Claws, those attacks have the Poison special rule. Cool. So that's them. And then another HQ, an Acolyte Icon Ward. He's a little bit less points than the Primus. He's got slightly worse stats, but he's got this Sacred Cult banner, and he's got Blasting Charges and Rending Claws. So there you go. I don't know whether he's worth the £15 that GW are sort of asking for. We'll see. I think that banner's quite large, and he's on quite a big base. Well, and he's on sort of a 32mm base or whatever it is. We'll see. We'll see if he's worth it. But then again, I think they are charging you, I think, £45 for the Primus, the Patriarch, and so on. So in a way, I don't know. We'll see if he's worth the money. Then you go into your troops. You got Acolyte Hybrids. You got 5 of them, 40 points. Auto pistols, Rending Claws, Blasting Charges. Then and they're 40 points. And then you got Neophyte Hybrids. So you get 10 of these for 50 points. Yeah, they haven't really got very good anything. You've got Initiative 4. So that's those. And then for some reason there's just a bit of artwork for them as well. Then you've got Metamorphs, which are in the Elite section. That's what I'll be building these guys up. You have 5 of them. Good weapon skill, good strength, 2 attacks each, and they've got the Rending Claws and a Metamorph Talon. So this is specific Talon. Metamorph weapons, Talon. Melee Scythe. Okay, so it's AP3. You get a +1 bonus to weapon skill during the fight sub-phase. And 2 Talons, you get +2 to weapon skill. That's pretty cool. So that's quite decent, that is. So they're the Metamorphs. Another Elites, Pure Strain Genestealers. So you've got some Pure Strain ones. You might know these stats for these already. They've got weapon skill 6, no ballistic skill, but the strength and toughness is good. Initiative is very good. You've got a lot of attacks, high leadership, not an amazing save. But Pure Strain ones have a 5+ invulnerable save. 5 Pure Strain for 70 points, 5+ normal, 5+ invulnerable. I mean, yes, if you can get them in combat, then they're going to rip. Another Elites, Aberrants. You can have 4 Aberrants, and you can have an additional 4, so you can have 8. So that squad there is legal. 120 points. They haven't got many attacks. Initiative's poor. They've got a couple of wounds each, though. Toughness is alright. Strength is quite high. And they've got this power pick. It's AP3 and it's plus strength 2. +2 for the strength. So you're then getting strength 7. Wow. Strength 7 AP3. There you go. And then you got fast attack. So you got a Chimera. I think they're releasing this and probably I think they might be releasing the Sentinel as separate. They might not be though, because you get a sprue in the vehicles for them that has these Tyranid sort of Genestealer symbols. So I think they're releasing the Chimera next week for pre-order. Sorry. So it's your normal Chimera. Looks like it's the same stats, a 12 and your 10 around and things. But then there's also this lasgun arrays where obviously, exception of Genestealers, any unit that goes in there can fire these lasguns. Armoured Sentinels. I can't really see if there's anything different on there, but there you go. Scout Sentinel again. Can't see if there's anything different. Then you've got this bad boy, which is still fast attack. So 50 points. It's got front 11, so it's not as good as a Chimera. Sides are 10, rear's 10. It's got 3 hull points, so it's got the same though. It's got a heavy stubber, twin-linked autocannon, and then 50-50 chance it can ignore stunned, shaken or immobilised. And it can also have a cache of demolition charges. So 50 points isn't too bad. And then you've got a Goliath Rock Grinder, which has got better armour on the front. It's got 12. And we're now into heavy sport, so this is a heavy sport choice now. Again, it's got the rugged construction, it's got the heavy mining laser, heavy stubber, and a drill dozer blade. Let's have a quick look at them. So a heavy mining laser is 36 inches, strength 9 AP2 heavy one, so it's a 36 inch range las cannon basically. And the drill dozer blade, well, it automatically passes dangerous terrain tests, and when it rams an enemy you add an extra D6 to the strength of the hit. If it causes a penetrating hit, you add another 1 to the result. Also, if it performs tank shock, the enemy must take an initiative test before a morale check. And if the test is passed, the unit avoids the cutters. If it's failed, it suffers D3, strength 10, AP2 attacks, AP2 hits. Oh my lord. If the enemy unit makes a death or glory attack on the vehicle with a drill dozer, fails to stop the vehicle, it suffers an additional D3 strength 10 AP2 hits in addition to the damage they normally suffer for the failed attack, and hits from the blade are randomly allocated. Ooh, so you don't want to be tank shock, you don't want to be death or glory in that, you want to be ramming that into vehicles, ramming that into people. Just, yeah, that is immense. These strength 2 AP2 hits, that's crazy. So that's as good as I kind of thought it would be. Whether it's going to get there, I mean, it's got 3 hull points and front armour 12, so whether it's going to get there is I'm not sure, but not too bad at 75 points. And you can have 6 models in there, and the normal Goliath you can have 10, but it can't carry pure strain Genestealers or a Patriarch. It doesn't say that about this, it just says 6 models, so maybe you could put them in that, but it doesn't actually say that. Anyway, more heavy support, Lehman Russ Squadron. Yes, it's true, you can have an Exterminator autocannon, a Vanquisher battle cannon, or just a normal battle cannon, but you have to pay points for it. So it's 120 points, and it's normally got an Eradicator Nova cannon, which is a bit of a surprise to me. So let's see what this is. This Eradicator Nova cannon is a range 36, strength 6, AP4, heavy 1, blast, ignores cover. That's pretty cool. And then you've got the 72 inch range Vanquisher can and the Exterminator, it's heavy 4 twin linked, so on. So it's cool that it's got this Nova cannon that can ignore cover. AP4, yeah, that's pretty decent too. One of those is 120 points, and it's got the Nova cannon as standard, and you have to pay more points for just the normal battle cannon. And that's it really for the main data sheets. Then you've got Subterranean Uprising. I think the Games Workshop are doing a special, I say deal, all it is just some of the units there as the Subterranean Uprising, so they've got special rules. I'll talk about these more in depth in the review. Deliverance Brood Surge, 2-6 units of Neophyte hybrids, and each unit must take a Goliath. Demolition Claw, Brood Cycle, the First Curse, Patriarch and Pure Strains, and then Neophyte Cavalcade, the Doting Throng, a Brood Coven, and then some nice little pictures, Assault and some Death Watch. You got all the Warlord traits, called Ambush, And then the war gear, melee weapons, special issue, vehicles, sacred relics. We've got a nice little sword of the Void's Eye, which has got biosentience, life drain. Yeah. Disciplines, all the different psychic powers, tactical objectives. And then you've got your profiles and things like that on the back. I did just want to quickly look at the Weber cannon to see what that is about. So ranged weapon, it's got this little special rule called cocooned. So just a normal Weber is 16-inch range, strength 4, assault 1 blast. Let's call it assault 1, it's a blast, cocooned. The AP value of a wound caused by this weapon is equal to the current strength characteristic of the model it was allocated to. So if you go for a Space Marine, which is strength 4, then the wound is resolved at AP 4. Against vehicles or models with a strength of 7 or more, this weapon is AP dash. Basically, if it's strength 7 or more, you're going to have no AP, which is fair enough. It can't sort of cocoon bigger creatures, bigger units, things like that. You know, so if you're going against weaker things, I think it's orcs that are only strength 3. But toughness 4. Not that that has much effect, but either way, that just goes to highlight that example. Anyway, I'll be going through this in way more depth in my review. I'll try and do the review for Wednesday, but if not, it'll probably be next weekend. But I'll try and get the review out as soon as possible. That was my little unboxing of the new releases this week and my overview of the book. If you have enjoyed this video, just remember to thumbs up. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching today. The Emperor Protects.